So hello everyone, in this video we'll be understanding about DOM attributes. Basically it is the chapter in which we'll be learning how we can set attributes and get the information from the attributes. So let's understand that. The attributes are special words used inside the start tag of an HTML element to control the tag's behavior or provides additional information about the tag. So JavaScript provides several methods for adding, removing, or changing an element, HTML element's attribute. So let's see what happens and what we can learn in here. The get attribute, we have this get attribute method, which is used to get the current value of an attribute on the element. So basically we can get the elements attributes value what we have specified. For example, in this case, we have this href attribute in this a tag. We also have this target attribute, which is set to underscore blank. And we also have this ID, my link. With the help of this ID, we are getting this element and storing that into this link variable. Now we are getting the href value or the link value, which we have specified here from this link element, link dot, and we have specified this get attribute method. Inside that, we have specified the attribute name for which we want the value. So we want the value of href attribute, which we have set here. So it will give you the response or the value we have specified for this href value. Now, if we log this out, then we'll be getting the value we have specified for this attribute. Similarly, we can get the target value here. Target is set to underscore blank. So we can also get that value by using the same get attribute method, and we have specified this target attribute, and then we can get the result and store that inside this target variable, and then we can log this out. Basically get attribute method will give you the value of that particular attribute we have set. Then we also have this set attribute method, which is used to set an attribute on the specified element. If the attribute already exists on the element, the value is updated. Otherwise, a new attribute is added with the specified name and value. The JavaScript code in the following, let's see that. We have this button tag. Inside that, we have this type button attribute, and we have specified ID, my button. And now we are grabbing this button with the help of this get element by ID method, or we are selecting this button, and we are storing that inside this button variable or this btn variable. Now for setting an attribute, we are using this btn dot set attribute method. Inside that, we have to specify two values here. The first value is the attribute that we want to apply on this element. In my case, it is adding class attribute. And after that, we are specifying the value for that attribute. So the value for this class attribute will be click button. So it will apply class attribute with the value of this click btn class. Similarly, we can specify other attributes like this one, disabled, and then we are specifying value to be null, or we are not specifying any value to this attribute. Basically, we are specifying an empty value for this disabled attribute. Similarly, you can use the set attribute method to update or change the value of an existing attribute on an HTML element. Let's see that. Let's say we have this href element and it is set to hash, because when you don't have any link and we don't want to specify any link, you basically use this hash symbol. Now I can use this a tag and store that in a variable, just like the previous elements. We are getting that with the help of this ID. We are storing this inside this variable link with the help of this get element by ID. Now on this element, on this link dot link element, we are specifying the set attribute method, and we are updating the value of this attribute, which is href. So we can also set the new value or a new attribute, and we can also update the previous attribute with a new value. Now you can see we have this link dot set attribute method. Inside that, we have specified href. Href is the attribute that we want to update basically, or we want to add. Now in this case, it is already there, so it will update that value or this href value. Now we can specify the updated value that we want to apply on this attribute, href attribute. So it will update with this link here. So this is how we can set the attribute with the help of set attribute, and we can also update the attribute value as well. And you also know that we can get the style information by with the help of style. This we have already done. We also have this remove attribute method, which actually removes that attribute from the element. So let's say if you want to remove this href attribute, so you can use this remove attribute method, and this will remove this href attribute completely. So this is the end of the slide. I hope you got something about setting attributes and getting the information about the attributes, and also removing the attributes. Let's meet in the another video with a practical example. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in the next one.